Hello and welcome to week one. This week we are discussing the value of art, a good place to get started. The three key learning objectives this week, we will assess art in terms of both the personal value that one derives from this, as well as the monetary value. We see that fusion there of personal artistic expression combined with business philosophy. We'll talk about art valuation and how we assess those concepts, as well as you'll demonstrate the ability to communicate the value of art personally and within the market. So once again, fusion of art and business. We'll start from the ground floor here. And as you'll see in the executive summary in the article this week that is titled The Value of Art, I included some summarized content about the key takeaways from this extremely ambitious report discussing the value of art and what is needed in conversations related to art and business. And in summary, there's several pages that you'll read this week, but a lot of these can be broken down into the value of art being personal experience and someone's individual well-being, social and civic impact, and what that can do for societies, and also the economic impact. So if we take a look at some of those subpoints here, art, and making the assumption that you chose to take this elective course because you have some kind of interest in art expression, nonprofit work, something in that regard. And hopefully, as you'll say in the discussion this week, you'll be able to talk about some of the mediums that you enjoy within the field of art, and also to draw some connections on how that has helped you also grow as an individual. With the personal aspect and just our general well-being, art also helps us foster creativity, imagination, being innovative, and also with our interpersonal connections with other people. Pieces that make us think about our connections with our place in history, self-understanding, how we're able to develop empathy for others. We have that internal component. There's also a social and civic impact that art has on society as well. And we can see this through how art can empower marginalized groups and stimulate political imagination and even contribute to community healing and peace building. We see this through art that serves to promote civic engagement, giving a care about what is going on in one's community politically, supporting democratic systems, pushing back on the status quo, being able to have conversations through a fixed piece of media, addressing social issues as well. If we think about art as creating a more engaged, connected, and reflective society, music can probably serve for many examples within this capacity. If we think of some very well-known songs, for example, Strange Fruit by Billie Holiday, Fight the Power by Public Enemy, This Land Is Your Land, Woody Guthrie. These songs as protest songs or songs that existed to advance the social dialogue of that time have long-standing power and are able to resonate with people in a very unique and significant way. The third aspect that the authors talk about in their report is also the economic impact that art has on communities. It helps develop and foster creative and innovative industries. We can see in advertising, marketing, how art and design go hand in hand, how to attract talent, what resonates with people, in the public and how they can get more creative thinkers involved on their teams. And of course, local economic growth as well. If we think of some artsy communities and how those art festivals and theater, music, how much that can attract people from all over the world, there's definitely an economic argument that can be made for how valuable putting money and time into this industry is. And it's interesting too that the report discussing this value of art calls for a better understanding of how these contributions are made, these economic contributions, through qualitative and quantitative data of making a case for the value of art through tangible statistics and case studies. And hopefully we can see the benefit in that. And as we continue to look at art this week, the assignment that you will take a look at, which is called The Value of Art, focuses on this very well-known piece. And if you have seen this before or have seen an analysis of this, you'll see the symbolism, or you might have seen references to this. It's pretty notable. But this piece right here, there's 175 pounds of shiny, commercially distributed candy, and that is the piece. It is titled Untitled Portrait of Ross in LA. This was put together in 1991. And without knowing the context, story, or intentionality behind this piece, I want you to study this for a minute or so and think about what this could be saying. How would you classify this as art? Art is subjective, and it definitely varies based on who you talk to, what their criteria for art is, and what that impact should or should not look like. It's subjective and up for interpretation. After looking at this piece, getting a sense of the composition, you'll read an article from the Art Institute of Chicago, which discusses the intentionality and meaning behind the piece. For this week, you will be responsible for 2 items. There is a discussion and the formerly mentioned assignment for the week. The instructions are all in Canvas. I am here if you have any additional questions. I look forward to seeing how you put together language to talk about the value of art, especially in the context of Gonzalez-Torres's 1991 piece. Thank you for listening. If you have any other additional questions this week, please reach out. Thank you very much.